Okay, I hope this is working. I just wanted to make a little favorites video because I've been seeing a lot of those, and I actually have thought of making one before. Like, I wanted to do one for January and then February, and then March went by, and now we're in April, and I'm just now getting onto that. But it's okay, I'll just make a little collection of favorites. I actually find that it makes more sense, at least for me, because it's not like I have monthly per se favorite things. Some of the things I'm going to talk about have just remained very useful and nice, things that I consider nice throughout these months. Not like by the end of July, I have a whole new set of things that I enjoy. I'm using this little microphone for the first time, and I clipped it onto a little matcha set scoop because I don't know, I just don't like how it looks when it's clipped on, and I like feeling like a teacher. I'm just gonna start talking about some of the things that I've been using and enjoying these past few months. This is kind of recent, but I've gotten into animal notepads or like notebooks because I started school and I got a bunch of notebooks, but they are so thin and so small that I am gonna run out of paper and of space to write very quickly. So I got these, first of all, because I actually needed to get a smaller notepad because I'm doing culinary. And when I'm in class, I can't really have a big notebook with me. I needed a notepad. So I went to a little dollar store and I just got so happy and so entranced when I saw these very cute animal notebooks. I haven't actually started using this little cat one, but the dog one I have been using. This is my class notebook. Then these are some of the books that I read during the first few months of the year. I actually think I read all of these in a span of a month. This was January, I think. I'm currently in a ginormous reading rot, because I guess I really don't have any excuses, but I would say it's because I started school and I just have like, I know it's been a while, but I'm still reading Brothers Karamazov by Dostoevsky, and I have not finished that, and I'm not close to finishing it. But these are a couple of books that I finished the very first month of the year, and among them I have Days of Abandonment by Elena Ferrante. I really like this one. It's actually very, very dramatic, so this was a very easy read because it's practically reading this much gossip. Not even gossip, just straight up like a meltdown. If you can hear someone singing, that's my brother. I apologize. But yeah, I also want to read My Brilliant Friend, another Elena Ferrante book, but I will get around to that at some point. Then I also read The Communist Manifesto. To me, reading this sounds a little bit like pretentious. Like I didn't ever picture myself reading this. Or I also read On Liberty by John Stuart Mill. But the thing is, I really enjoyed these two books. They were surprisingly easy to understand because I pictured this kind of writing. I imagined it to be very hard and kind of charged. But no, I actually got a lot from them. I underlined a bunch. Not necessarily anything, new or illuminating, but just things that I found interesting or things that resonate with me or the way that I think. And I'm trying to get more into classics like these because I heard about all of these authors in school, but it is a different thing to actually read their work and relate it to whatever you actually learned from your courses in high school or whatever. But yeah, those are 3 books that I read in January, I think. In the realm of reading, though, I've also been into reading long, pretentious, and intellectually charged essays on Substack. I started using Substack at the beginning of the year because of cooking. I really like cooking and baking, and I knew a bunch of my favorite food creators were on Substack or had, Substack accounts. So I got a Substack account myself. And then I discovered there's a bunch more good content and good writing on there. And although sometimes it does feel like an intellectualism off, it is very enlightening and interesting to see what people are writing and what perspectives people have on different subjects. Now, I'm going to talk a bit about what things I've been using self-care wise. And I'm going to start with this shea butter hand cream. I have terribly dry skin, and I find that this has just been a miracle and saved my hands. More so now that I've started culinary because I have to wash my hands a lot. Not that I didn't before, but more times it is more of an occurrence. And I've also started knife skills, and honestly, knives are not too bad as of now, and I haven't cut myself with like a knife. But the microplane is, I don't know if you can see that, but my knuckles have been suffering greatly because I grate them with microplanes. That hand cream has been very good, and I really like the texture and just the richness of it, of course, because it has shea butter in it. But yeah, been really fucking with this. I've also gotten into using a safety razor because I used to shave with those like disposable ones, but I feel like they aren't really beautiful, or like they're not appealing to look at. And I know that might sound really really vain, but it truly is nice to have beauty in every way and to see beauty in all of the things that you use or that you carry with you. So I got myself a little safety razor. Of course, also another main, like, big reason why I got myself a safety razor is because of the waste. I didn't want to be using a bunch of plastic that I'm gonna end up disposing of as soon as that blade dulls. I'm using this safety razor now. It's by Wilkinson Sword. I'm pretty sure it's like a manly brand, but it is definitely prettier than a neon green disposable one. And if I use it correctly, it is very good because it's a very close shave. So I like that. I'm starting to get into my scents for spring and like perfumes that I've been using. And among them, I have this one. I used this last year, but I've just brought it back into my rotation, and it's sweet, and I really enjoy it. It's very spring and summer in my mind, so I've just brought it back. Then I got this little like oil-based roll-on jasmine one, and I pair it with another rose scented one. And this combo is honestly what I've been enjoying most. Moving on, hair care. I've been using this hair oil. a friend of mine, she has another version of this hair oil from the same brand. And I tried it when I visited her. I went to Vancouver and I tried some of her hair oil and I really liked it. So I got myself one, honey version, and it's very nice. It leaves my hair feeling, hydrated, and I'm a really dry, crusty person. So if I'm not smearing stuff on myself and moisturizing every inch of myself daily, I will turn scaly and just really crunchy, which I don't like. But this hair oil I really enjoy. And then for kind of skincare, I've been using this cleanser. It's actually like I'm almost done with it. It's Perfect Whip Beauty Foam. And I've tried the medicated one and then this one, which is just white. Been using this pink one. And I should get a new one because I've officially ran out of it. Paired up with that, I've been using this oil-based cleanser. And it really helps and works in removing my makeup. It just like melts right off, which is very nice. I also discovered that another friend of mine uses it and it's actually pretty popular, and I would say there's a reason for that because it's actually really good and it works well. And then naturally, my moisturizer of choice, a big old tub of Vaseline. Right now I have this pinky little version because we accidentally just bought the baby version, which honestly, why would this be better for babies or like better suited for them? It's just pink and it has fragrance. So why would that be better for babies? Like, wouldn't you want a baby to just use something with no fragrance in it? I don't know, that has got me in a little thinking conundrum. Um, I just don't know why they would market this as for babies because it's low-key worse than just regular Vaseline. But I've been using this. It never breaks me out. I can use as much as I want because I use a lot. I will like actually use a fistful every time I wash my face. Also, I'm sorry if I've been sniffling a lot. It's just I caught a cold like a week ago and it just hasn't gone away, which is a shame, but it's okay. It'll leave at some point. Then I finally got myself some wired headphones or like earbuds because I have some wireless headphones, but they are extremely jank and just ran through. They're pretty much falling apart. So I got these wired headphones. Now I can finally listen to music without hearing the squeaking, that like squeaky, crunchy sound coming from my headphones, which were falling apart. I have been using these and these are great. These are just like the basic Apple headphone, wired headphone. In that same little vein of music, I've been listening to America a bunch. I've been listening to A Horse with No Name and Sister Golden Hair. Those songs are just amazing, and I've been keeping them on a repeat every day. Practically every time I go to school, those songs are gonna be like what I listen to on my way there. Then I've also been listening to a bunch of Deophile. Deophile. I don't know how to pronounce it, but just, you know. And I've been listening to a bunch of Everything But the Girl as well. And I got a lot into Natanael Cano, which is like a genre called corridos tumbados in Mexico. But it's because I went to Mexico and a cousin of mine, that one cousin that kind of toured us around, he would play his music and I just really enjoyed it. And I have been listening to a bunch of that as well. I guess it's not a fixation or like a monthly favorite thing, but when I went to Mexico and I went to the beach, I got a bunch of little seashells, and I think they're so cute and so lovely, and I don't know what to do with them. I kind of don't want to do anything to them, but I just wanted to show you because, yeah, they are very cute and super interesting, and they remind me of Mexico. They have like really funky patterns, and the beach that I got these from was just filled to the brim with the most beautiful shells that I've ever seen, really. Last but not least, I got gifted something really cool. I've actually had it already for some months, I think like a month and a half maybe. But my sister, she gifted me a Blythe doll. And the thing is, she bought the Blythe doll when I had long brown hair. So she bought the one that looked like me at that time. But then I cut my hair and I dyed it black. And now it doesn't look like me. But I still very much love my Blythe doll. And I use her kind of as my toothbrush holder. She looks very cute. I've positioned her in a way that looks like she's taking a very delicate, gentle nap. And she's just my toothbrush guardian. I actually forgot to say, but in another media sector, which is shows, I've been watching Severance because that same friend, one of my best friends, she recommended it to me. And I had been seeing a bunch of stuff about it pop up. So I was just like, I have to watch it. And I started watching Severance and I got pretty hooked. I finished the first season fairly quickly. But now that I've started school and doing more stuff, I haven't been able to get through the second season as quick. But I would recommend that show. It is very funky and refreshing, honestly. Okay, I also just realized that I forgot to mention another couple things that I've really been into. And one of them is this new, I don't know how new it is, but I've recently discovered a new music streaming app, and I kind of wanted to migrate slightly off of Spotify. It's called the Nina Project, and I find it really cool because they give 100% of the earnings to the artists. So unlike Spotify, it like treats artists fairly, which I find really important. I hope I've shown things that are interesting. Just wanted to show a bit of my own favorites. I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.